Hello, my beautiful Virgo. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, honey, I'm going to be getting into your your monthly tarot messages, Virgo, for September 2021. I also do your weekly messages if you want to check that out. Somewhere around here, I'll leave it to you to look at, Virgo. But if you find any cards that resonate with you in this monthly September 2021 tarot reading, Virgo, let me know in the comments below which cards resonate with you and how, because that's how I keep up with y'all through the comments, Virgo. As well, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, you enjoy this new setup, honey, or you just enjoy my vibe, Virgo, I would really appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys do that extra step to support me. Remember, Virgo, though, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you today, honey. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. I believe the tarot cards are just here, Virgo, to give you some food for thought, perspective for you to be considering, honey, never making the choices in your life, because it's your life to live, Virgo, not mine and not these tarot cards. So let's just jump into your monthly tarot reading now, darling. So I pull 3 cards to see how you're going to be getting into September, and I like this energy a lot for you, Virgo. So we have the Fool card stepping forward, my favorite card out of all the cards in the deck personally. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, Virgo, with the 8 of Wands coming in here, Virgo. So I see you guys in this place right now, Virgo, of where you guys are trying to, it feels almost as if you guys are standing on a ledge, Virgo, and you're trying to weigh out which decision you want to go all in with, right? It feels almost as if there's not really a right choice for you right now, or maybe you are trying to find the right choice with whatever matches your objective the closest, right? Everyone's objective is going to be different. Someone's going to be love, work, and so on, Virgo. Whatever your objective is, whatever your main focus point is, you're really at this point where you're ready to make a change, right? You're ready to do a drastic change. You're ready to take that leap of faith, as the Fool represents, Virgo. But there's still some choices needing to be made. 8 of Wands, I like this energy here because this is letting me know that part of the reason why you guys are stepping into a new chapter or ready to do a drastic change in your life is based off of this 8 of Wands talking about a little bit of self-discovery, right? Really claiming your own powers, how I like to see the 8 of Wands. And it also is a card of not being afraid of dipping your toes into a multitude of things, trying out different things to see what works for you best, Virgo. So the thing I just want to say to you guys is I definitely do feel like you guys are stepping into a new chapter in your life, Virgo, for September. And right now it seems like the main focus point for you guys for the month is going to be about which way to go, right? Which mountain to jump off of, hypothetically or metaphorically, right? Don't be jumping off mountains, honey, girl. But you're I just get a lot of all in energy, Virgo. You really want to go all in with something to have like a change of pace, I feel, right? Because I do just get this sense of restlessness. It does feel like, I always like to point out with the Fool card as well, Virgo, that it's associated with the number 0. And so it's like stepping into a new, it's not even stepping into, it's like closing one book and opening up a completely new one, right? So it does just feel as if it just feels like you're ready for a change, Virgo. You're ready for a change and you're trying to figure out what way to really go about doing this. 8 of Wands does talk about movement as well. So I do want to just like emphasize that I do feel like you guys, Virgo, are going to make some very fast forward progress with once you do take that leap of faith with whatever it is that you need to be taking that leap of faith with, right? So let's get into this a little bit more, right? Let's get into this 8 of Wands. I want to get a little bit more insight on this. 8 of Cups coming in here with the Page of Swords coming in, as well as the 6 of Swords. Okay, so for a lot of you Virgos, you're leaving something in the past. You're leaving something from August, darling, and you're leaving it there and you're just like, don't follow me, darling, right? With the 6 of Swords here and the 8 of Cups, this is an energy. Both of these share the same similarity, Virgo, in that they are all about moving on. That's why you see in the 8 of Cups, their back is completely turned and they're not even looking back, right? The 8 of Cups is a situation where you may not have been in like necessarily like a toxic or like super, like your current situation may not even be all that bad, right? Your situation now might be someone else's dream, right? Best case scenario. Or like just a situation where it's just like you're doing this, but it just isn't, it ain't hidden. And so with the Eight of Cups, it shares this energy of where you're moving on to bigger and better things, right? You're trying to constantly just be in the state of upgrading. Now, it does look like to me that your next phase of upgrading is kind of just wiping the slate clean, honestly. Six of Swords is a card of where I feel as if for a lot of you Virgos, this has been something that you are, that's been like a challenge for you to accept that you're going to have to walk away from something. But I don't feel as if this is necessarily like as this starts happening in September, I don't feel as if this is necessarily going to be something that catches you by surprise because of this Page of Swords here. This Page of Swords here, it almost feels as if, Virgo, you've had something that you've been biting your tongue on and you've been keeping watch of it, but you haven't really quite made a move on it. You haven't really done anything about it. You've kind of been at this place where back of your head you kind of acknowledge me like, all right, I'm kind of prepared to have to walk away from this situation if I really want to have a new change of pace. You're prepared to, for example, like leave a relationship or that isn't quite fulfilling, or leaving a job if it means to really do something that actually is driving you, something that actually like brings forth some more success to you. I just get very much so like, and I mean this in the best way, Virgo, truly, because I appreciate manic energy more than anybody, but I get very much so the sense of like manic energy of where you're just like, I don't know, it just feels as if Virgo, you're ready for a new you're ready for it to be your moment, if that makes sense. You're ready for it to be your moment, and you'll do whatever it takes to get yourself to that point, Virgo. So I like this a lot for you so far, Virgo. I want to get a little bit of insight, though, just some advice from your spirit guides in regard to this. Excuse me. So we have the Queen of Pentacles that came flying out. This is your energy, Virgo, of course. Let's do a couple more. Eight of Swords following you. I say following you, but I did a pre-shuffle. Y'all don't see the Eight of Swords before, but I did a pre-shuffle and the Eight of Swords came out. And then we have the Magician card coming in here for you, Virgo. So the advice from your spirit guide seems to be, the main message, Virgo, is that what's been restricting you almost is, I would say, like your self-perception of yourself. Does that even make sense? The perception that you have of yourself and your own capabilities, right? Queen of Pentacles, this is a card of very much so nurturing, self-care. Really, usually the Queen of Pentacles has a very high opinion of themselves. Eight of Swords here with the Magician card here. This lets me know of like very limiting thoughts, either mindsets that are very limiting. Something here is just keeping you down. As I hit my mic, I'm sorry, girl. Girl, I have this big old thing right next to my mouth and I can't help but blush sometimes. No. It does just feel like I'm getting very much so a heavy energy, Virgo, of where you guys get kind of stuck in cycles, where it does feel like for some of you guys, you might be just kind of been consistently stuck in this phase of being like tossing things back and forth in your head to be like, this sounds good, this sounds good, right? But it's almost as if like, because you don't fully, like, I feel almost as if you don't fully take a leap of faith with any one set thing, Virgo, is because of like your own perception of yourself, or how you are conceptualizing this narrative or this storyline to go if you were to take this leap of faith. And so the advice from your spirit guides is quite literally telling you to like stop this Eight of Swords energy, right? And what is the Eight of Swords energy in specific? Eight of Swords energy, this is why if you look closely at the artwork of the card, you'll see it's a woman that's looking into the mirror, right? And so she doesn't like what it is that she's seeing in the mirror. All she sees are these things that constrict her. She doesn't like the eye color, the colors of her eyes. She doesn't, it's all these excuses that she'll tell herself as to why she won't be the magician to create the world that she wants. So Virgo, if you've been having, especially with this Page of Swords, I just get a lot of watching. I get a lot of observing, not really wasting time. I don't want to say it's necessarily wasting time, but it just feels as if you kind of been like a bystander, and you're just like, oh, I wish I could do that, right? I feel like you've said that recently, being like, oh, I wish I could do that. That looks like fun. I wish I could do something like that. I wish I could be, I wish, whatever it is. It just feels like you have had like a lot of hopeful thinking, a lot of daydreaming, but you never have like entertained it to be something that could be your story, if that makes sense. You always, it's almost as if you're just like, oh, that's just meant for other people. It's not meant for me as a Virgo. It's like that's everyone else's story. Like it's never gonna be part of mine. I feel like is what you're telling yourself, and I feel like you tell yourself that just because you just. I feel like you just underestimate yourself, Virgo. You underestimate yourself. There's something here that, and maybe it's not underestimating. You'll have to let me know in the comments, Virgo, what it is that's kind of holding you back. But it's really, I'm just getting like such a breaking free energy, Virgo. Like once you let go of this mindset of like, um, not being able to handle this or whatever the case may be. Once you get over your own inner turmoil that you have with this, with yourself or whatever, I really see a lot of thriving for you, Virgo. So let's continue on. Let's see what good things can we expect for you for this month in September, Virgo. Queen of Swords coming out for you, as well as the Lover's card. 2 air cards coming in. And then the Two of Cups. So Virgo, this is looking fabulous for those that are single looking for love, if that's your objective. Virgo, this is looking very fabulous for that. I mean, naturally, when you have the Lover's card and the Two of Cups here. I do feel the need to point out, Virgo, that if you guys are in a current relationship, or if this is touching on some type of relationship in your life, it doesn't have to be romantic, platonic, work. It does just feel as if there's some type of relationship that you're reflecting on in your life. About. It feels like you're in deep thought and kind of at a crossroads because the Lover's card does represent a crossroads. The Queen of Swords also, there's a little bit of distance here, so I don't know if there's been like a connection recently in your life, Virgo, that you genuinely care about, but it just isn't like it's just one of those times where you're kind of noticing it's like, oh, this person's kind of just getting on my nerves when they didn't used to before, right? It does. I get a little bit of irritable energy here, or at the very least some type of distance here, because the Queen of Swords, she's kind of like a loner, so it's very much so a very polarizing energy compared to this going on here. Does that make sense, Virgo? So I feel like the good things coming into the works for you is, for my singles, looks like a lot of collaboration, looks like a lot of like linking hands, making connections with people. For those that are nurturing current relationships, I do feel as if a relationship that's kind of, because I don't feel like there's been a fight here necessarily, Virgo. I'm not getting any type of like reality trash TV kind of drama, honey. I'm just getting the sense that a situation, a relationship that you've had in your life that maybe you felt a little bit more irritable about for a little bit, there's going to be definitely a deepening of this connection. So we're going to clarify a couple things here, actually, Virgo. I want to look into the Lover's card, the Tower card coming in here. Now, this did try to come into the reverse, Virgo, something I want to point out. And then the Six of Pentacles coming in for this Lover's card. So I do feel as if, Virgo, whatever the situation may be, whatever this connection that we're honing in on with this Lover's card, I do feel as if this is a situation that it just feels as if it's not providing in the way that it used to provide for you for whatever the case may be. Why is this with the Six of Pentacles here? High Priestess card coming in here. It feels almost as if someone started like reclusing back, holding back a little bit, Virgo, which is just interesting. It feels almost as if like at one point this used to be a very much so like an equal give and take kind of connection, and then somehow like either one side started communicating less, or like someone may feel as if that they're putting in more work into this connection than the other person. It's very interesting that we're getting this energy here. And with the High Priestess card, this is a very much so like it shares the same message with the Queen of Swords, or attribute rather, I guess I'll say, Virgo, in that it's kind of like distance energy, very guarded energy, right? I can't help but feel like some of you Virgos are not like kind of have like started shutting down or stopped being vulnerable or being as open with the connection before. So let's get into this Two of Cups here, because now this is looking a little interesting. Ace of Wands here with the King of Pentacles. So, one more. And the Eight of Pentacles. So I am getting, for some of you Virgos in a current connection, it's almost as if that there has been like a lack of like a lack of passion, or like this sense of, especially with this King of Pentacles here, maybe this like one side's providing more than the other side. Eight of Pentacles here as well. So it's almost, it just is giving me very much so this sense, Virgo, of where maybe you guys, I feel like just very much so like a rough period here, very much so like a rough period in the situation, and it's finally starting to, get a sign of good luck. I do see with this Ace of Wands here, I can't neglect these cards in that, like, maybe if someone was without a job recently, Virgo, I do see like offers coming in, something kind of like to lessen like the stress or the burden that's going on with the connection. For others, Virgo, I do get this sense that I would be looking into like your workplace for a connection, a potential very valuable connection for you, right? And now I always feel the need to emphasize, Virgo, that my readings are not just about romance. I feel like this just is so limiting in terms of messages for this. But I do get this strong message that I feel like you guys are going to be coming together with another connection that brings forth a lot more stability into your life, whether that's in terms of work or whether that's in terms of just your relationships. It does feel as if some person plays a pivotal role in terms of just your overall stability for your future. Very interesting cards here, Virgo. So now let's see, let's get some oracle cards going on here, right? Let's get some oracle messages going on before we close out this reading for you, Virgo. Overall, I like this energy a lot. I do definitely see the potential of love here, Virgo. If you are single, if you are, then I would be saying look at the workplace. That would be where I would say that you would be honing in with a connection. In terms of those that are just looking in terms of opportunity, I would say that you guys, Virgo, are just going to be coming out of a I feel like you guys are going to be breaking like the pattern of like maybe some of you guys have been going through a little bit of a financial struggle, and it's through drastic change, through like a very much so like a drastic change of pace and just kind of going forward and doing something, Virgo, that really opens up a lot more of partnerships, especially with that Two of Cups. A lot of partnerships I feel like is very much so linked to you guys. So if you're introverted Virgo, you best get over it, honey, because whether it's romance or career, darling, I do definitely see people involved in your life. Overall, really good though. The Weasel card coming in here: be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and the surrounding physical feelings of what is happening inside and all around you, Virgo. So definitely, even with that High Priestess card, there's just this theme of like gut feeling, Virgo. I feel as if you guys just have been ignoring like a gut feeling in your head, or in a gut feeling in your head, girl, a gut feeling that you've been having, and you just haven't been considering putting energy and nurturing it, right? I'm being shown the Seven of Pentacles now, Virgo. So it feels as if like there's something in your brain or like an idea that you have that I kind of just have continued to put on the back burner. And I feel like if you were to just nurture it, it'd be fabulous. Like it's going to grow into something so fabulous, darling. We had two moon cards come out. We have the new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. So I do feel as if going back to what I was saying before with the current connection that you may be at a distance with. I do feel like if you guys were just to have a conversation, just talk about the elephant in the room, that's when things would start going forward again. I do feel as if you, until you have this communication going on, Virgo, that it's going to kind of stay at that distance. I feel like what closes the distance that we were talking about with the High Priestess, Queen of Swords, and all that, communication. And full moon in Cancer, a personal resolution or a personal issue reaches a resolution. I almost called you guys Cancer. Virgo, this I really do, and this is kind of like a first for me, for my public readings rather. But I really do feel like a lot of you Virgos are coming into September where you guys were initially starting out being upset with somebody, right? I don't want to say full blown fighting. I just feel like distance, and whatever caused that distance, whatever issue caused that distance, it's going to be resolving itself. So if you guys are like having some anxiety in terms of a relationship in your life, Virgo, it's definitely going to fix itself. So don't be worrying about that. And then lastly, we have the Gorilla card. Interesting message to hear. Take the time to listen compassionately to those that you love, especially your family members. So very much so, there's a theme with your messages here, Virgo, of where I do feel like you have good people around you. And I feel as if, I'm not going to speak because it's going to be different for all Virgos, obviously. I just feel as if conversation is going to fix it. I don't, we're not getting any closure cards here. It does just feel as if you guys, something that was just kind of kept at bay, something that there's been distance with, or just is going to like find itself coming back together with you, which I just really enjoy to have as your energy, Virgo. So definitely, like, this seems to be overall really tapping into like relationships, personal relationships in y'all's lives, Virgo. So yeah, darling, that is the weekly tarot reading, or monthly tarot reading that I have for you, Virgo, for September 2021. Hope you found some cards that resonated. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments. Give this video a like and subscribe. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Virgo, my website's linked down below, simplyvelca.com. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that, honey, just being Simply Velca. And yeah, hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future, Virgo. I love you so much. Bye.